Hello, this is Michael from Blue Gem Tarot. Today's pick a card reading is going to be focused on the topic of what's the tea on you. This is quite a popular topic and it plays really well with my analytics and with the coverage of the people. It's like a very versatile topic and I really love it for that. I hope you're going to be having fun with it and I hope you're going to feel relaxed in it because I feel like this topic has the potential to broadly cover a lot of aspects that I would like to, and it's like a very good one for people in general to feel relaxed and to like have fun, I guess. For this one, as usual, we have three piles. Pile number one is going to be having like this butterfly darker like ring. Second pile has a red ring with like an elephant. And third pile is going to have a flower ring with like a violet hue to it. I don't know what's gonna show up into the reading. Um, this is going to be interesting. I have some ways in which I will direct the reading, so it's gonna be like very concrete. Perhaps also I'm gonna be adding some subdivisions on the good, the bad, tea on you, and the exciting, the intriguing tea on you also. So I think this is going to be quite interesting. For the timestamps, please do check the description and or the comment section. I think I'm gonna be adding those there in the both like in both sections. You'll have the timestamps and also the link for donations if you are interested. Donations are not expected but are always an option to support my work and to ensure that I can properly back up my readings and create more exciting content in the future. I really love that I can provide that to you, so thank you so much for this. If you see me not necessarily commenting or reacting to the comments, I will get back to this sooner or later. I'm a bit overworked right now because of some circumstances I'm currently facing, and it's like a must. I cannot avoid them, despite me really, really wanting to read for you all in private, and like also the frequency of the posting schedule. I would like to post more often, but literally the life circumstances right now are not allowing me to really expand on it, though. Please do know that, like, pray for that. Pray for me to basically, I don't know, simplify the circumstances so I can read for you, because literally it feels so unfair that I don't have time for that right now. But yeah, it's something I really want to work on, and I really want to expand on the private readings section because I can feel so much potential in that direction. It's just the stuff I'm going through right now. It's pretty all over the place, and it renders me quite unable to not only be with myself fully, but with the people. It's like I'm not ready for it. I'm just like hoping to expand as much as I can and give as much as I can through the readings in the general like section as my like readings I post on the channel. So yeah, I think it's time to begin with pile number one. So let's start. This is going to be your reading, the dark butterfly with the first ring. Okay, and the first card we have the Five of Boons, which is going to be the Five of Pentacles. This is quite an interesting card to get in the reputation, specifically because the configuration, specifically for the reason of the fact that my readings have a very special configuration, and especially one that, you know, you'd find like you'd say like a negative card or maybe like a lacking card in the section for the reputation, but this is not true because I will explain. In and of itself, my readings are not going to be like dragging you down. They are going to showcase very real aspects, but the information that would like bring you down, you'll not find that on my channel. So it's a very intriguing thing that deliberately we have the Five of Pentacles in here. Um, the reputation or the T on you, it's the fact that you rise, or you have risen, or you're in the process of rising from the ashes. And this is like a very exciting thing for this pile, because I feel like people say and they analyze a lot the fact that you perhaps like didn't have the perfect circumstances for you to arise, for you to shine, or for you to even properly function in this case. However, it feels like with the Five of Pentacles in here, like the odds were very much stacked against you or not in your favor, but you prevailed, or you made it like an opportunity, okay? It's like this pile, somehow people talk about the fact that you used the contrast, or you used the experience of what you don't like or don't want to create and basically transform it into something that you do want. So literally this pile would feel like someone, for example, who would not necessarily receive a lot of love, but they would be able to cultivate that within themselves and to be like a beacon of love for a lot of people. I see in here a lot of people you've helped, specifically with this five in here. I feel like, this could be also like you guiding people. I see also like, because we have this trailing um, road with berries in this card. I feel like you are either currently guiding people, or you are going to be guiding people, and that you are like helping them out. I feel like the circumstances in general, like when like in what people are being found, I feel like you find people, or fate finds people in very low places, and you manage to help them, or it's as if the rules of the game dictate that you shouldn't help them, or you don't have to, or it's not your responsibility, or you are like even like disallowed somehow to help them, or it's as if like, why are you so caring, or like that. Well, in this context, this pile feels like someone who breaks the rules and helps the people around them, and like this is coming through as a very beneficial presence. Like people are very grateful. It's, when you have an issue, a problem, and you just go for the person that knows how to deal with it, well, literally this pile feels like they're the person that people go to. And also the rarity in this pile feels like it's insane. I feel like you provide something that's so rare and so off the charts that people are just shocked. It's with the Five of Wands, it's like you see this card depicts like a house in the distance. I feel like you deliberately, or you're going to deliberately like quit or go out of your comfort zone, or some sort of like space of not necessarily like, but yeah, it could be like, it's very strange. It's oscillating between lack and abundance. It's almost like you would be going out like on a journey, or you are going to be temporarily going out of your comfort zone of, or your own abundance, so that you can like link and create like a helping line for people. I don't know what's this about, but I feel like your tea is very honorable, it's very noble. It's like, this person helping me out, this is like not only a wish come true, but this is something that you not only don't find every day, but people say like, this is impossibly rare, like I would get help from them. It's like this, the tea on you is very honorable, basically, I want to say, and it's very unexpected somehow. Like people feel like they've met a god sent person. This is what I feel like it's linked to this pile as well, and they feel like you are being sent for them to change, transform, and basically like reorganize and revolutionize um, their life somehow. It's like you showing them the way, basically. With the Seeker of Visions in reverse, it's like, it's as if people have lost some sort of hope or have lost like this spark. This reminds me very much of that feeling when you are very like young and you like have this very optimistic, open-minded, open-hearted also mindset in life, where it feels like in time people like just like either forgot about it or life showed them like some very tumultuous, very shocking and traumatizing things that they have forgotten about this whole feeling, you know. And this file feels like the Tionu is like people talking about that you have restored a hope in them, you have restored some sort of um, aspiration for something greater, for something better, and for bringing back this optimism in their lives. So it's a very rejuvenating pile as well. But you be like you're like carrying these people. This is very like a very caring reputation in here that's being linked to you, or the tea on you, like the gossip. It's like a very, it's almost like when we talk about the gossip or the tea, or it's generally like usually you'd find negative stuff or people discussing stuff. Well, in this case it's almost like this topic opens a new window of opportunity when it comes to discussing you, and this window of opportunity in that regard is very pure and it's like unearthly, not from this world type of energy, it's just people being very happy and very like grateful in the sense that they would want to even help you in return, if they could, or if they find a way to support you. It's like people would say like, I'll remember you and I'll remember to pay my debt, and you would be like, I don't see any debt in here, I just like helping you out or something like this. But it's like people being very grateful and remembering your help in here. This pile would see this act like as a duty of sorts, You also have the Weaver of Boons in reverse in here. So I feel like this is the case of someone who's very selfless. And some people I hear like would say, they would say unreasonable, or it's as if, you don't have anything to gain from it. It's quite the paradox in here because it's quite literally the opposite. But you don't expect a reward, and people see this purity that's coming through. Like, I love this energy when I see it because it's very often that I stumble across it in the readings on my channel, and it's really a testimony of something really like great in the people that watch my readings. But this pile doesn't see this act of service like as like even like a duty. It's like a very good thing I can do, the support I can provide. And it's like a very generous, very like abundant, and you'd be able to even help and love people in greater amounts or in greater even dimensions. It's just that either you encounter limitations on your own path, or the people you find are just rendered incapable of really appreciating the full greatness of what you have to provide. But I generally see in here like a very generous person who uses discernment when it comes to what and how and why, and what's the best possible route in which I can help someone. So there is like a lot of almost like counseling, helping out, giving a helping hand in here, and being like generally being people being very affected in a way. This pile is being talked about in a way where it's extremely positive, but also it's in the shadow somehow. Like, there is an aspect in here indicating that, you know, you give that energy and people are very grateful for it, but they're so like confused, or in their like they're caught aback by that energy that you provide. And it's as if they cannot fully comprehend or understand how they can properly thank you for what you provide. But overwhelmingly, you are being seen as like a very powerful like helper of sorts in this case, and it's almost like you're not paid for that, so it's like not your responsibility or something. it's quite a funny energy when you think about it, because it's literally like there is like a sort of like almost like a compromise or like a paradox in and of itself, where arbitrarily people understand or see you as someone who doesn't have to do that, or like in this world where you have to exchange something for something else, there is no space for like almost like what you provide, or for them it's like how do you even pay your bills or something like this. It's also Five of Pentacles is like a lack card, so it could be the case that people don't understand. Like this is genuinely confusing to people. Like this is very strange as an energy. Like people don't understand, how do you sustain yourself? How are you so like generous and helping to people, and yet like how are you managing it? How are you managing to survive into this world? Genuinely something along the lines of this. And yeah, the next card I've taken was the Ten of Challenges in reverse. Ten of Swords in reverse, that would be. um I sense in here also a very strange um like series of events related to your contact to people. This is to me a very regretful card in this context, because as I'm looking at it like upright, this shows a man who is very tired of fighting and has like a broken sword and like a helmet of sorts. I see in here regret relative to the way in which they treated you, and why this energy came through. um, I see and hear people jumping into the relationship or the interaction with you with the worst expectations, or with a predetermined mindset that I'm gonna behave in a way, or I'm gonna be doing what I want. And they didn't understand who you were, and they misjudged, or they somehow did something that was making you go away, like it drew you away. And this is the regret that's coming through, because they see like as they look back, they see a person that they mistreated in a way. They see a person they like heavy regret, but also it's kind of too late. I see this pile being very generous and very receptive, and like a very pure energy, by the way. But you also have boundaries in here powerfully, and when you see a person who is closed off and is most likely not going to reciprocate, understand, and really nurture what you have to provide, then you don't have any regrets cutting that person off. I see in here a lot of rumination when it comes to like, and this is interesting because it's from the T on you, and it was quite the side message, to be honest. But this is like lingering thoughts, and this is not necessarily discussed as like a tea or something like this on you necessarily, but it's like heavy rumination in here, and people missing out on the opportunities they've had or they wish they had right now with you. And I feel like this is genuinely like a reflection of their actions and the consequences that they have gathered. I feel like this pile is very receptive and like very giving, also with chances to people. But when it comes to this like particular card, when it's like too much, almost too much, you just close the door. You do understand that there will be people who are going to take everything for granted, and that you do have to make like to create and to re-establish boundaries with them. But I seen here like people like almost like a block list of sorts, where people want to get back but they can't. Very very concrete message, by the way. It's like they know it's too far gone, like it's a too far gone situation, that it basically makes it so game over. Pile number one is not going to return to me they're not going to question and, try to give me a second chance because too much is already compromised. We also have in here suspension, that would be the hanged man. Alongside with the message I have already been discussing, this is genuinely a feeling of look for pile number one. They're going to yet reveal and show their true power. I see in here some sort of liberation that you're going to be anticipating, and I see in here also like people coming back to you, or this energy you projected upon the world, like of generosity and help, it being like replenishing and stuff. I feel like you will have like an attitude of, and you do have this attitude of helping. You don't expect anything in return necessarily. It's just that you do like people really appreciating your help. That's natural. That's something else. But you don't expect that you necessarily like reap every single thing from the person coming back and basically thanking you for something. You don't even necessarily want that. You just want to see them happy. With the suspension, it's like almost like dormant potential, or people saying, they are yet to fully emerge and help even more people around them. Like the T on you is, aside from the potential thing I was talking about, it's they are changing, they're transforming. Pile number one is ever growing. Pile number one is ever like generous and also very discerning and also very eager to help me out. Like this is very kind of cute energy, by the way. Um, I do see in here from the element of like a concrete message, by the way. I'm trying to direct the message in some sort of way to concretize, or to make the message more concrete from the Five of Pentacles. It's like I do sense in here kinship, loyalty, loyalty even to a stranger, or loyalty in regards to like helping or reaching out to people. This is what people see, this is what they acknowledge and understand that is very valuable about you, and they're very genuinely like happy that they stumbled across someone that's who's so rare, by the way. I want to say the comfort aspect that's coming through for this reading particularly says that you have comforted a lot of people, you have sheltered people, you have shown them what's possible in their situation that would dictate or make it so, or make it seem as though it's impossible. I see in here like a comforting aspect of people wanting the best for you. I also see in here a comforting aspect of regret and wanting to make things right, even though you're not going to come back to them, or you're not going to basically like necessarily like, you won't give chances to some people who are long gone or out of your life, but these people want to make it right, as if, to make a check mark on their own, like with their own conscience, to make it so that, like my debt is paid, and, maybe I wasn't the best person, but at least I want to be a better person for at least pile number one, for at least cherishing the memory I've got with them. I also want to say from the comforting aspect that people want to give you the best, almost in the worst case scenarios, or in the worst states in which they could be finding themselves. They remember that you helped them, and they want to come back and multiply that energy and give it back to you, and they want to dearly like assist you, but they understand that they're in this like state right now, which could be like from your perspective, or in general it could seem like it's a little bit powerless. Not gonna lie, you'll find a lot of people who are very powerless, but they somehow ignite in themselves this feeling of I want to help them, so I have like a reason to keep going. And yeah, it's just very like nourishing, you as a presence, like very, very nourishing to people, and it's very non-attachment type of style of thing, which is quite also rare, to be honest. I mean, I don't know how rare it can be, but I haven't heard people generally being like this. Also, there is like a very close link to the idea of people just carry you in their hearts, um like as a memory, as a person that they really, really like and love. um you are being set like as an example for your empowerment element in the reading. You do have this, like, it almost ignites this aspect in here from the list. The empowerment in here, it's you don't even understand, to be honest. Like, you do not understand what level of empowerment you present to people, even as an inspiration and as a person who's helping them out. But beyond that, it's almost like the path you traversed, or you traverse in general, makes it so that people understand like it's not the end of the world. If they have managed to get out of it, I could also perhaps learn from them, and they perhaps could assist me in that domain. I do see in here with empowerment a whole dimension of gratitude, recognition, and thankfulness for the universe or God that they found a person they could follow, or something like this, or that they have found an aspect of help and assistance when they needed it the most, and it showed up in the manifestation of your participation into their life. Okay. Also, I would feel like indeed this pile feels like a very nourishing, calming, and also very validating presence. Almost like you don't even have to talk as much, or you don't even have to mention anything. This is quite funny, by the way. Uh, I feel like this pile doesn't have to talk a lot to express or to even extend assistance or help or guidance, or to extend kindness or compassion in this case. Yeah, I think I've said every single possible word. But it's a very interesting thing from the validating standpoint or aspect that's coming through. And it's like you aspire to validate, or you aspire to assist in those aspects or in those blanks that weren't assisted for you. These people are very connected to that aspect, and they can feel it quite powerfully. Um, there is a strong element of self-guidance in here, and like purpose that's powerfully discussed, or it's people love it. People love that energy, K, of assistance that's coming from you. I feel like you are yet to uncover a lot of a lot of aspects of yourself. Along the path, you're going to discover things that will awaken and will like forever change you from inside, and you're going to be able to be there for yourself and for people even more if you like that, if you really like aspire from that. It could be that even indirectly it could be the case, but I don't sense in here as much talk as the idea of gratitude being extended into the reading, which is quite interesting to see and quite nice as well. They see you, or they talk about you in a manner that's like people just compliment you. Okay, that's the central message in here. I feel like this is like the opposite of narcissism in here, where it feels like pile number one is so busy with what could be possible, what could be made, what could be improved, and what who could be assisted. And literally, you don't have to be like a humanitarian person who's helping people in like a direct way or job necessarily. It could be literally as simple as just asking people if they're okay, if and it could manifest in very like things that you would take for granted, pile number one. But people do like it, like when they see you, like genuinely, they are like very like their day is being made by your presence in here. um yeah, seeker of boons in reverse. You don't even know it, but people do seek you out. They look out for you in a way. This is quite funny because I seen here people asking about you, inquiring about you, asking about your name, mentioning your name a lot, and people be saying like, they're busy, they're very busy at times, they're uh, literally they could be saying like, they're helping someone right now. Okay, keeper of boons. Yeah, it feels like people just want to get back to you and basically like thank you a great deal for your effort, for stuff like that. I seen here a lot of grateful people, and whether you like it or not, whether you see yourself in this future or not. But Keeper of Boons, and especially Keeper, I don't know, it feels like you're going to be surrounded by, and it will happen unwillingly, by the way, where you're going to be surrounded by a lot of appreciation, compliments, gratitude, stuff like that, and you're going to be like, yeah, I don't even know what's happening. Um, Abundance will follow you in a way where you won't expect it, you won't understand what's happening, and you won't even understand why, how, and when. Okay. Keeper of Bone Starlight, it could be that your past, or in general your life progression, so to speak, was a harsh one. Okay, was a very harsh one, or quite the opposite of what you went through, of what you give, by the way. And almost like you had no, I feel like this is a pile who's lacking, or who lacked guidance, direction, love, or appreciation, the basic stuff, and it was really hard. I feel like this Five of Bones is heavily following the reading. It could be even that this pile could materially be well, like, not gonna lie, but something is missing or something is deprived, because Five of Bones is like a almost making me feel like, like you've had a life where I wanted to have that, but I didn't have it, or everyone else had it in their family, I didn't. And your reputation is coming through, or the tea on you is like someone who's ever changing, ever becoming, and you know they understand, like, almost people see you as someone who grew up from, like, circumstances that completely did not represent you, and they see you as someone who is becoming, or who is even greater than they thought, because those experiences made you show up for yourself and for the people around you. um this is like Four of Challenges, Four of Swords. Like, this is almost, at times it could be that the people from pile number one could have struggled with self-image issues, almost like a desire for change, for, like, I want to live a different life, or I wish I could live a better life, or something like this. This is intensely, like, coming through, and I feel like genuinely you won't be you won't even understand what hit you when you will encounter such levels of, and you won't even need it. I feel like, you asked for it and it will be delivered, or it's already showing you the signs where, the abundance is quite, you cannot avoid it. Okay, it's almost like this pile is very, like, giving, and this energy of gratitude, it follows them, it warms them up. Okay, it's like you can't help it but be surrounded by positivity and the results of your deliberate, like, positive, like, directed for the people well-being type of action. It's Keeper of Bones. This is a person who's, like, in a cave with a lot of, like, crystals in here, and this, like, signifies for me boons are going to be like pentacles in here. I feel like this is genuinely a person who is happily living a life of abundant, like, achievements and stuff, but they didn't even know that would be possible, that would be, like, for them, or very unexpected happiness that's, like, almost on your doorstep, and with the starlight it's gonna fall into your lap. It's gonna feel like a fallen star, like you like went there, you just walked by, and just you came across a falling star that literally, like, fell right in front of you. Like, insane amount of luck in here is going to be the case, and people are going to say, like, no, pile number one, they're enchanted, something is happening, like, some, not even referring to, manifestation stuff. No, people will say, like, something is happening, they are somehow, for some reason, they're wonderfully enchanted. Okay, yeah, the tea on you is brilliantly clear, crystal clear, very pure, very innocent, very. And I don't even like saying this word in a sense because it makes it so like almost like the space separates and creates like a label. For you, it's very natural. For you, it's very like wonderful. For you, it's very like free spirited somehow. Like I really love doing that. It's like the same energy that's going through. It's fascinating, to be honest. To be honest, it's quite a fascinating energy in here that's coming through. I'm very happy for pile number one and for the tea for them, which is very, like, I want to say, the gossip when it comes to you, it separates in a very specific category. It splits into a separate category. Like, people talk about others in a way, and when it comes to the topic of you, it changes the whole note, the whole atmosphere of what's going on, and people are like, yeah, I know about them. They're very, very honorable. Like, I know they don't even use the word honorable, but they're very nice. Like, I hear they're nice, they're very nice. They're like, they wouldn't even hurt a fly, or God bless them for the help that they provided, or something like this. A lot of gratitude that's coming through, and I'm very happy for you for the reading containing such aspects, because they're truly a testimony for your brilliance in here and for your participation in the whole scheme of you know easing things up a little and creating experiences that are worth, like, people genuinely feel like life is worth living if they could fight alongside you, if they could fight for a cause with you by their side. This is very, like, empowering, by the way, a very empowering message, to be honest. Yeah, I'm very happy to read those types of energy. It's like a very, very like harmonious thing, and a very natural one, by the way. People would say like they would struggle genuinely to extend something at times that would be generous, where this pile feels like they're doing this because they can, because they see opportunities, and because this is not quite a big deal to do, when it really is a big deal for a lot of people, and they are like changed. I feel in here changed, seeker of visions in reverse. It's also changed beyond their whole comprehension in here. Like, this is interesting because it came through, and it's like a whole cloud or space. It's not even a cloud, it's like a very white, it's almost like an aura that surrounds the topic of your the tea on you. It's a very um almost like, not, and I'm not wanting to say like biblical or something like this, but just good. It's almost like an example in here, and it's not to be like, I'm not wanting to create this whole label around the reading, or around the whole thing, or to really stop on it and say and to advertise it too much. But I think it's worth noting that it's a very valuable and honorable thing that I see in here for this pile. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I think that's all. This was like a wrap up or something like this. I am genuinely happy for you and for the people you come in contact with. This is like a pleasant, and I'm very happy for what's to unfold for you, because the positivity in here that's coming through as a consequence of the happiness and the people who just remember your name. Do let me know, however. It's like quite funny because usually I be like channeling that kind of stuff, and I'm like literally, like, when you have a one-on-one, it's like a confirmation of sorts. At times it feels like, when I read in the groups, like for the collective, it feels like a more one-sided thing. I could get back with the comments and understand what happened there, like when I remember the reading, but because there are so many, when you get back, it's like I don't even forget what I said there. But I even once used my reading as a reference. I tried reading for choosing a pile from my reading, and I was surprisingly shocked how it resonated for me as well. Thanks for watching. If you want to connect, if you want to mention in the comment section what's going on in here, you could definitely do that, because it would make a lot of sense what's happening in here. Well, partially people could resonate as well. I'd be happy to hear from the aspects you wonderfully resonate with, but I'm sure everything in here, like the majority of the information, wonderfully applies to you. So yeah, I don't think there would be any issues with that. If If you want to donate and support my channel, my work, you could do that with the link. I have left it in the comments and the description. If not, that's completely fine. I'm very thankful for the ways in which you support me, even if it's like a like, even a view, it counts as a support. So already if you listened to my reading, then yeah, it counts as also support. Like, comment, subscribe, make sure to check out my old videos as well. And I really want to see you in the future readings. Take care, pile number 1. Okay, welcome to your reading pile number 2. You have quite the card, by the way. You have the Nine of Visions. It's in reverse. Nine of Visions, that would be the Nine of Cups. Quite interestingly, this card carries a very magical, almost wish fulfillment type of thing. I feel like there is talk about in here about some sort of wish fulfillment, or someone wishing upon a star or something like this, where it comes to like you being a wish fulfillment. Like, not gonna lie, I don't want to make it, I don't want to make it really fluffy or something like this, but I do want you to understand genuinely that there is like fulfillment in here that's being linked to your reputation or to the tea about you. Or it's like almost about someone saying like, they're together and this is their wish fulfillment. They wanted someone like them for a very long time and now it's finally happening. Or if this is not relationship oriented related, it could be about someone finally meeting someone like you and saying, we better not lose them. Something about let's not anger the fate or justice, for let's treat them nicely. Let's try to be very nice to them. Like, this is very interesting. The tea on you is like you are being separated or created, like as an example or something like this. This is very unexpected. I wasn't expecting I would be reading that. It's in reverse. It's some sort of fear. It's a sort of hesitation, like fear, doubt. I don't understand. Like, someone is very afraid of missing out on you. Someone is very afraid of losing you. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. Nine of Cups. This is like, we need someone just like them. This is like, we need them. We need to keep them. We need to retain them. This is fascinating. Okay, something about your presence in here is being discussed with the note or with the air of, yeah, they're like, their presence is wonderful. Like, their presence, their participation, their performance is wonderful. If this is work related, congratulations. This is your boss's feeling and thinking that, perfect fit, like wonderful, ideal fit in here. It's coming through as like wish fulfillment also, like from that aspect. We better not lose them also. Yeah, I have to inspect this card. It's fascinating. Okay, it reminds me of a wish. I feel like, there was like a sort of a missing thing, or something went missing, and then you showed up and it was restored. Okay, it's like a lucky chance, a lucky charm, something like this. I don't know, it's very funny. Like, a lot of reverence in here is being linked to, and especially this is from this stardust thing, that's like the glimmering dust in here that's surrounding this. People are afraid. Okay, people are afraid to be on bad notes with you. It's like they want to show the best things they could, or the best thing, and they feel like they don't measure up. Okay, what am I even channeling? And this is like the Nine of Visions, and I was like, Nine of Cups, and this is very strange. Like, this feels like I don't know what I'm gonna be channeling, but genuinely, this is something about you, what you did or what you're doing, something about you being very or strongly irreplaceable, or people like you, they don't meet every day, and they really have to be careful so as to not scare you off. Or yeah, it's there is like almost a level of hesitation and doubt even when it comes to your reputation or to discussing your reputation, because they feel like they don't even want to anger God or fate or something like this. Now you let me know what's happening in here, because it's crazy, like I don't even understand what's going on. But it's very like something happened with life that you slided in some sort of situations or circumstances that were very good for some people or a group of people in here, and they're like, watch out, watch out, watch out, because this person has to stay here, this person has to stay put. And it's almost like there is a fear of really, they are afraid that you're going to understand that. They're afraid that you're going to get your nose up or something like this, or you're going to keep your head too high up because of it, or it's very. Now, I don't think that universally you should be concerning yourself with that, or they should be concerning themselves with that, but something very magical and very like almost supernatural is being linked to this pile. Six of Boons in here, that would be the Six of Pentacles. My God, the word or the phrase "someone is sitting on your tail," I don't know if that even exists in English, but I translated it from my native language. It feels like you've got some people in here who are on your tail. And this is not bad, but this is a bit annoying, to be honest. It's like, mm, that kind of thing when you help someone and they think, you know, they really loved that you helped them, and now they decided that you're going to be their mentor or something like this. I don't know. It just feels like people want to follow you. I don't know. It's like Six of Bones. It shows this person who's being surrounded by a lot of bunnies or something. Like I don't feel like you really do mind it or something like this. It's like you're just there, okay? It just is fascinating because you do have in here a lot of people talking about you. It's not a bad thing, but it's like almost feels like children, okay? It could be children talking about you, could it be? I don't know. You are the best judge for that, but this is so strange. This could be also small talk in here, by the way, but you do have in here a lot of people with a lot of attention when it comes to you, and I don't feel like you are even concerned or something like this, because the person depicted in here is like, yeah, I'm minding my business. And also I want to say something about your surroundings. Be very careful. You have the Seven of Challenges, that's the Seven of Swords. This is trickery, this is schemes, or yeah, it's and I do feel like you have a good eye on that as well, and quite a good control over it. And you could be even having like this attitude, like, yeah, like they want to steal something, go ahead. Like, it's not gonna happen, or if it's gonna happen, it's gonna come back and bite you in a place. This is so funny. Like, this pile feels divinely protected, and not even like, I really hate those cliche phrases, but this pile is peaceful. Like, not even peaceful, but could be peaceful, but very like minding their own business, and like you're gonna pay full for that. Mess with it and you're gonna be paying it like full. Okay. Seven of Challenges. You are sheltered somehow. Like, you do have in here with T, that would be people who just don't understand the logic of things and how everything works. They're quite like in this attitude of lack and wanting to take your luck or something like that, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work. This is so hilarious in here. Like, it's so hilarious. I want to say the energy that you came from, and that you come from and you show up from, it's a very like generous luck, a very like perfect circumstances, perfect timing type of thing. Well, from these people, they're like in survival. They want to like grasp and clutch and take everything that they could. And this is so funny because at the end of the day, they like work and operate from this survival stealing mindset, and they end up with less. than you, who didn't even do a lot of effort when it comes to the thing, and you just reap everything, and you just, and it's a very natural process, okay? Like, the things that work for you, they're so natural, and these people just don't get it, okay? They think that there is some sort of unfair thing, like, I was fighting for my life in here, and this person just takes everything for granted, and that's in their mindset, okay? But for you, it's like, I feel like you're, I don't know, Six of Bones. Like, this is also very generous. Six of Pentacles. You're like, yeah, wanna take something, take it, because literally, I could be faced with something even greater and better than you could possibly imagine. Okay, this is. I feel like this is genuinely so. Like, this pile is so unconcerned with the stuff that's, and the stuff around you. I could say, like, you don't even take it seriously. Like, this Seven of Swords, this is a real energy. This is something very real that you could be encountering, but for you it's no big deal. Like, for you it's like, I know I'm not gonna be participating in this, and you know that you are strongly valued and deeply and dearly valued by people in here, and you know that people are on your side on top of things, okay? To be fair with you, and quite, this is so funny. Like, you are being discussed in a way where, um pile number two, they've got this going for themselves, and that going for themselves, and whatever, and it's like a lot of, like, not even envy, but this is like wanting to grasp and hold and take and take and take. And yeah, it's quite an unfortunate energy from their side, because it's a very egotistical, very mine, I want to take it, I want to have it as well. We do have in here also this almost lingering aspect of sparks or stars, small stars in here present in the Seven of Challenges. I feel like they could be qualified to also take part in this grace, but they're too focused on tearing you down or something like this. And this is so funny, like, yeah, you are unbothered by this. And I want to say, um, as a cliche like phrase, you'd say like you are divinely protected or something like this, or you're protected from this negativity. Well, in this case, it feels like, to clarify, it feels like more you are, it just doesn't participate in your energy. To be fair, it's just like you just happen to be at the right time and the right in the right space, in the right circumstance, and you're blessed in here. You're given the best, like, the apex of luck in here that's being like shown, and you are very like somehow dormant when it comes to this in a way, because it feels like you trust, or you have this overall trust in the universe. Like, you don't have to be vigilant to survive. Like, these people, they feel like they have to take something from someone else in order for them to thrive and survive, something like this, and you are genuinely unbothered by this. Now, this could be about, with the enchanter, that would be the magician. This could be heavily about someone who's like a manifester of sorts, someone who tries to ecologically manifest something, or someone who just genuinely wants to thrive without taking something from someone else. As a T or as a reputation, people say that you have this mystery and everything works in your favor magically, that you're assisted with luck when you need it the most, and that you effortlessly create things for you and you make them happen. And they say like they're watching, they're like, you have this owl in the distance. Genuinely, this feels like a very calm, serene almost, you contemplating your life type of thing. This is like genuinely pile number two. And I don't feel like you are passive necessarily, but there is something about you taking action in the right circumstances at the right timing or something like this. Um, the fairy wind in reverse. Yeah, you've got in here heavy envy and people comparing themselves to you, not feeling enough. And I feel like you don't have to be bothered even by this message, because this is more so their mindset. but they feel like no matter how much they try to make it work, it just doesn't work in their favor, or no matter how much they try their best at it, it just won't measure up to your success. um the T on you is like you are irreplaceable. The T on you is like you are one of a kind. The T on you is like whenever you show up in a situation, a job, a task you're given, you make it work in your own way, and everyone is like, yeah, how did they manage it? Okay, how did they do it? Okay, for you, it's like a natural, creative way to make things work. It's quite also interesting because it feels like there is a reoccurring message of you're never gonna fail, you're not gonna fail. Or, you know, you could be very consequential, or how do you even say it? I don't know if that's the right word. You're like a slow paced walker towards success when it needs that pace. And I don't know why, but the people around you like are not the best, and only the ones who are okay are the ones who are like somehow on your tail. Though with some exceptions in here, of course, but I feel like there is a lot of responsibility on your shoulders, and I could feel in here also the fact that you are like a lot of things count on you somehow, and the talk about you is like related to your, it's not even success in here necessarily, like achievements, but achievement and success, those are the words that would imply something that the person is struggling to succeed or to even like go for. Well, in your case, it feels like whenever you are present, it just seems to be following you around. So this is no like in this is no instance where it feels like it's a struggle. It could be a struggle for you, but this is not what people see in here. Well, it feels like these people are just very toxic workplace people, could be foxes in general from the Seven of Swords implies that these people are very smart, cunning, and very like just petty and negative. And even those, when it comes to your reputation, the T on you, they understand and they recognize your brilliance. And they can also like understand that there is nothing that's going to be impeding that. There is nothing that's going to be dimming your light. It's fascinating, to be honest. It's like, just like as I said, divinely protected. I don't like this word, but this combination, but it's just being present in the right space, right time. Everything about the right timing is very much so connected to this pile. And also, if you have a trust, like a divine trust, or you have like a belief that everything is going to work out, and you have like the testimony of the past, or it, you can feel it, and there is no accident in here, like there is faith in here that I can sense, or I can really tune into. And yeah, it's a great thing, like the enchanter, it almost like everything that's good happens before you even know it, and these people are like, yeah, they're very lucky. I wouldn't be surprised also if people would actually assess you in a way where they say they are very lucky, it's just not they're necessarily like not their achievement, where their spy literally could be like, you are given such like luck and stuff, and being present at the right time and the right space and the proper responsibilities because you really want to succeed at it. Whereas these people see it more like it was all easy for them. Okay, really annoying, but that's what I'm picking up on. With the Ace of Spells, that would be the Ace of Wands. They see this emerging opportunities that basically are on your side, or there is also like a seemingly sly aspect to this reading where I really love it. Like, you could be very much connected to what's happening and understand pretty much that you are actually lucky, but it has nothing to do with like taking or everything being given to you for granted. It cannot be farther like from the truth. I feel like the circumstances that are genuinely helping you out are because they help you out unfold your personality, they help you out show yourself and show your best of the qualities. And when a role is being extended to you, when like a possible like positive opportunity is being presented to you, it's not because you were lucky enough to go for it, it's because you truly deserve it and the circumstances simply gave that to you. So, and powerful, like Ace of Wands, and it depicts a dragon. Even these people understand that you are so unbothered by their comments that basically, like, you don't even look towards them, you don't even look forward to them, you don't even care. Like, this is so interesting. You cannot care less about the whole thing. It's insane. Like, you are focused on your own prosperity, happiness, your own thriving, um, like thriving, and minding and thriving in my own business, something like this, where you direct that whole energy towards your, prosperous, creative, and really productive action. This is quite wonderful. The enchanter in here is like, it reminds me a great deal of the hermit, by the way, but it's like a person who is just interested in making it work, and that's just it. You can't even mess with that kind of energy because you know people are not people are not going to have the luxury of you getting back to them. You're just gonna thrive. Keeper of challenges, by the way. You do have in here very strong, like a male, like it's not necessarily actually a strong person, it's just like they're very in their criticism towards you. What I see in here, please note this, that, yeah, this is funny. Your achievements are going to throw off that person with their whole judgment thingy, like so far off the charts. Yeah, the folly. This is the tower. You've got like an organization or someone in here that represents an organization, or there is someone holding false belief in your downfall. I usually don't mention that kind of stuff because I don't like it, but in that context, you have to understand someone built like a sort of agenda, image, or reputation, in this case T, on you that is not very beneficial. This is someone who doubts every single thing, who's very critical in their mind, blocked in their mind, like stuck in their mind. Well, let me tell you something. This person is going to face a lot of um, harsh energy in return. And I feel like there is a lot of bets on you and very positive ones at that. And this person is just deliberately trying to, you know, dim those bets and somehow make you look bad and somehow like make you look unqualified, or it's very strange. Like, it's just like an old believer or something like this, where you know seemingly you'd see like you showing up and like working something up and fixing something, and it really works well, and this person would be like, yeah, this is not how it's done, this is not how the rules say, like this is not how we do it here, or something like this, and this person is going to really pay for that kind of attitude in your direction. It's just so funny because everything like seems to be going well. I see this luck, I see this just growing energy in here, this prosperous, like nourishing energy that's on your side, and this person just questions every single thing. This is so entertaining. Like, I can't. Two of visions. You also have very strong supporters, by the way. Oh my god, trust me, you won't be let down. You have in here in the T category someone who really fights for your word, someone who really fights for your name. You have someone in here who says even it could be related to that person and they could be shutting their mouth or something like this and saying like, oh my god, Weaver of Spells. You have in here someone eagerly defending you. Oh my god, it's insane. It's insane. It's quite literally insane. You've got someone in here who really knows who you are, and this person is like, I'm not gonna let your name be torn apart like this. And this could be, if this is not a person, this could be a group of people, by the way. But with a weaver of spells, this is someone who's very confident in your ability, and they won't let that pestering, keeper of challenges, that's the King of Swords. This is quite an inflexible person, by the way, who's judging you. Or this could literally be an organization or something like this. It could represent a group in here, but you've got in here also very strong defending energy and like defending your name and not letting your name really burn and something like that. Four of spells. That would be the Four of Wands. Yeah, it's like I see your name being, or people trying to bring or burn or bring down your name somehow. Like, I don't know. It's just like this group of negative people that's being represented by the Seven of Swords. It's quite annoying that they are like, I don't know, it could be more like upper roles or people who are more established because they are like mean, but you've gotten here a great majority of like of people who are genuinely happy for your achievements, for what you've done so far, or for what you like, for what you've reached. This is fascinating. Like with the Four of Spells in here, it's like a celebration in reverse. It's like it's making me feel like people are just tired to hear your name being thrown into the mud. And these people are like, it's over. Like we're not gonna stand we're not gonna stand this and watch this, and we're going to do something about it, okay? Yeah, this is quite a narrative, by the way. Seeker of challenges. Yeah, that would be, I guess, the Knight of Swords. I see in here someone stepping up and defending your name. Whether it did happen or not already, I just see someone being like done. And this is quite the authoritarian person. It could be this Two of Cups person, by the way. But it's it's insane how, you're not necessarily defending yourself in this context, or you don't even feel like defending yourself, though. These people, they're so tired of your name being thrown into the mud that these people are like, yeah. And I see a leader of sorts, or someone who's like stepping up and saying, and this is like a, let's say, like, people don't want to mess with this person. This one is not afraid to say what's on their mind. This could be like a leader of sorts, or this could be like a person who's used to saying the truth or being like more, let's say, edgy, but in the positive sense, where this person carries like honor to them. And, I feel like genuinely this is going to call on a lot of like exchanges of words and not pleasant ones, because it's just like I'm tired of pile number two being judged, criticized, brought down despite their best efforts, despite them genuinely wanting things to work out. And this is going to anger someone real bad. Weaver of Spells in reverse. I see someone in here like being very assertive, kind of a bit could be aggressive, but in the protective sense, and saying like, look at the achievements, look at the actions, look at the changes that happened, look at the whole atmosphere and thing that pile number two brought, and how can you say such thing? It's, and the folly, I want to clarify what is that, okay? Ten of Spells in reverse. Yeah, it's gonna feel like genuinely this criticizing person is going to be like, I know what's best. I know exactly what I'm saying, or something, like a very stubborn person as well. But the majority in here are going to step on your side, and this person is going to be like, I still know what's the truth, or something like this. But this is unfortunately the case where someone would rather not lose an argument and basically accept the tearing down and accept to be criticized by everyone. And yeah, it's just going to be that they're going to be isolated or ostracized with a 10 of cups in here, or 10 of spells. It's just like, I don't know, your name is being brought down, but it's for no, like, it's not the truth in here. Like, it's not the right. The Council of Animals. Yeah. I wish I knew what card this was, but I think this is the wheel. Yeah, it's I want to say from the image itself, it's just like fascinating. It's, you know what you do. You know pretty well what you're doing in general. And people see it. It's just that they are afraid to speak up somehow, like for in front of this person of authority, or it's as if everyone knows that everyone is on your side. But there is particularly either two people, or even like two people or one person and a group of people who are genuinely just done with it. Like, I'm gonna speak my mind, like, no matter what. Um, Weaver of challenges. Yeah, I don't know why. Like, this is like a couple thing. Keeper of challenges and Weaver of challenges in reverse. There is like a couple, and there is like a male and female. They're very similar in energy, but it feels like where this person, the male figure, is criticizing you, the female figure is understanding you really well and is actually defending you against this person. And then be like, you're unreasonable, your judgment is unreasonable. You have something with this person, with pile number two, and you just don't want to admit it. And this person is very like, no, it's not the case, like, whatever. Nine of Wounds. I want to say, this is like a, because this is like a reputation, the tea on you, things will improve. Things will improve with the Nine of Wounds. You're going to be like, um, once again, without any arguments, without any stuff like that, that is going to be draining you and stuff. No, 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 no. You're just going to keep on doing what you did as before, and you're going to achieve this Nine of Pentacles thing where it's going to be so undeniable that you are okay. This person will just be like isolated and lonely in their own perception of like, yeah, something is not right, something is not, this is like a person who just thrives on the idea of judgment and thrives on the idea of finding what's wrong in a situation where it could literally be perfect. Nine of Boons. This is telling me your reputation, whatever it is that you're working in here, and I was describing as being very lucky and very okay, and very much so like an ornament to your own personality. This is going to thrive even further, and you will have results, and those results will shut a lot of mouths in here. Let me see what's happening with this whole thing. Ten of Visions in reverse. You have in here fierce supporters, I want to say. And I would say this is quite funny because these people could be also shy. They are shy, but they're not shy when they are defending you. Like, you'd recognize this. Look for the people who are not very like expressive, and you'd be doubting like whether this person is like on my side or not. But they're okay in their judgment, and you know that they're very fair, and you'd see that these people are ready to like pick fights for you and for your name not being like messed with. Okay, that's very interesting. It's genuinely fascinating because I've never seen such like defending energy come through, and this person is like, I'm even I'm even dropping the fair play, and almost like going for that person. I'm like going for that person for them to explain to me like what's going on. I feel like this is also, if this is like a subordinates thing, well, it feels like the keeper of challenges, like the person who is criticizing her and is criticizing you, this person would be a higher up, but this like person who's defending you could be like a lower in rank person, but who's still not afraid to say what's in their mind. And it's the situation where it's very apparent that this person is unfair, in their judgment. But yeah, it's just interesting. Like, for you, you don't have to literally worry about anything. Six of Spells, this is not necessarily going to be an immediate win or an apparent win. Though, trust me when I say it, you're going to be given everything that they have taken from you, and they're dearly going to pay for messing with your name, and literally in vain, because this is just showing up as a person, like in reverse, as a person who wouldn't even consider giving honest and like constructive criticism. This is someone with a very concrete and conscious intention to just bring you down, which I find very miserable and like unnecessary thing to be imposed upon you, especially with the Nine of Visions present in here. Like, you just did your work, Six of Bones, you just worked on your thing. You just thrived on your own, and you did your work with like a very pure, honest intention and attitude. Like that's what I'm picking up on. And the Enchanter is like almost like innovation, and what can I change, what can I create to even re-better the process. Trust me, Nine of Bones, this will come back to you in very fortunate and wonderful ways. Expand on what you previously did, because it works wonders. I want to say 10 of Boons, yeah, and this is 9 of Boons and 10 of Boons. Something even greater awaits you. You just wait, like you just do what you did. It's a wonderful, like a great job. I wanna like genuinely say you are doing something that really really works. You're doing something that's really productive, but not for the sake of it. It's like either work ethic, it could be, maybe this is work related, maybe this is project related, maybe you helped someone, who really knows. But this is not a work that you do and you just say like, yeah, I'm just doing it, whatever it be. Like, no, it's like a very honest work that's being followed in here into the reading. So that was all pile number 2. I hope you enjoyed the reading, and I really hope it resonated for you. That was a very specific message. Hope this finds you well, and I hope you found something interesting in here for you to basically find out and discover about yourself and about the surroundings. Looking forward for you visiting the other readings, either it be from the past or the following ones. If you want, you can donate for the channel in the description or the comment section if you want. If not, that's completely fine. You can support me by viewing the video, by liking it. Don't forget to like the video, comment below that your pile number 2 and how it resonated for you. And if you want, you could subscribe and also check my older videos as well on the channel. Thank you so, so much for watching. I hope to see you in the future readings. Take care. Okay, moving on to pile number 3, you chose the violet ring. You have the first card, the Liar. In reverse, this is like a reputation where people say you cannot be lied to. This is also a reputation saying if you lie, if you cheat, if you do something bad to them, and if you come with a less than honorable intention, then things will fall into your head. Like this is like how it feels. Um, the T on you, it's don't mess with them because they are protected. This could apply in various forms. Well, it just feels like you got a lot of people who are like on the edge of wanting to just mess things with you and basically direct negativity at you in some sort of way, shape, or form, but they do understand that there is going to be a consequence for that, and I don't even know what you did or what you are doing that you are making this impression. And I don't even feel like this is an impression. It could literally be the case where you are protected. Five of challenges. Either it is that you are very deliberate in the ways in which you express yourself, or you're very deliberate in your confident expression of I know and see uh, every little wrong thing that's going to be directed at me. And the T on you is carrying like a very positive note type side of message into the reading. It feels like it's a very good type of intimidation where it's not almost like intimidation as discipline in here. Just people wanting to say like, I'm afraid to plot something in my mind if I really even think about it. It's a very, you know, first of all, these are very intense cards in here, and just people don't want to mess with you. That's interesting. Like the T on you says that if you're going to Four of Challenges, Four of Swords in reverse. Um, Play fair. Literally, what came through, what came in mind when I worked this through. I want to say it's generally people like find some sort of nets and ways and tactics in which they're going to manipulate things. And in your case, manipulation really doesn't work because I feel like they're going to be faced with it right in their face. Like it's going to be thrown back into their face. The five of challenges, it could be that people find you to be like bold in your expression of what you do not like. But this is again carrying like a positive note to itself. This is not the energy where you're going to just sit there and watch and not react to anything when it comes to like boundaries not being crossed or something like this. You're just going to say it right into their face. The T on you is like, don't even touch them because they're going to show you something like this. And if it doesn't resonate, maybe this is not your pile, but I just seen here direct and bold action. Um, People say that you have quite like a steel attitude, like a steel nerves type of person, and there is a lot of respect that's going on in here as well. Seems like with the devil card in reverse, when life applies like some general rules upon people, like when it comes to really like gossiping and stuff like that, with you it doesn't quite work because the schemes in here are falling short because of like the people who apply them. The devil in reverse is like a person who is setting people like straight, setting people, holding them accountable, as if that's like your primary job or something like this. Pile number three feels like a very rightfully confrontational person. This is also seeping through the message of like a T on you, meaning that there are no shortcuts. There are no ways in which they could influence you for the worse. Or it could talk about the T of you having like a huge, big level of experience, or someone who's capable of seeing through the lines beyond the whole game, or even someone who's able to like step aside and like step aside from their own perspective. We could be talking about also people who are very empathetic from pile number three, but this is not going to be like this is not what people see. What they see is a little bit being like scared and hesitant to move forward with you because there is no comfort in like knowing that you can like control everything, or maybe like not even control everything but understand everything. It's like this pile is liking to make people is liking to hold them accountable, and this is no pile that's gonna sit there and just like endure. With the five of challenges, that would be the five of swords. This is literally like people fearing, like, I don't know, maybe this is not what you resonate with, who knows, but this is very very like concrete in this case. It could be also that you're being seen as a bit aloof. This is quite nice in this context because this is the world card in reverse. I feel like not even negativity even like gets to you, or you are really unbothered by a lot of the bad things that are going on around you, in the sense that you don't dramatize the situation, though I will say you're not afraid to be confrontational. This pile is for people like as a characteristic someone who is not afraid of a fight. This is someone who is not afraid to voice what is wrong. This is not a pile who's gonna just sit there and watch. um, anyway, from the T category, it's strength of character that's going on in here. I can feel the world in reverse. This is quite like sad, a bit upsetting to hear because I feel like you have a lot of people who are interested in getting along with you, but it seems like they are very used to a behavior that would make them be excluded by you, and this is like for again good reasons. I feel like genuinely people do have like moments where they could be, let's say, friendly, and you could cherish that connection, but at the same time it feels like there are just too many red flags in this case, and it just feels to me like pile number three is just not going to stand for it, and for very good reasons. Um, what I also wanted to get back at is like the harshness in here, which is quite contradictory because we do have like this animal in here, which is like a deer with in white, you know, and this makes me feel like the tea on you and the actuality of who you are. You could be literally a very kind person, but the tea on you, it seems to be talking about the achievements in the ways in which you were confronting people in their lies, something like this. So I feel like this is exactly the case where I would say this is a very good thing to have, like not necessarily quite a good reputation in this case, but it's not a very good reputation because people just know they are not going to get away with the things that they do in your presence, you know, and universally, you know, that could make you as like with a label of a bad guy, but you know, it's I would go for it as well. I would be called like this if I were to stand for what's authentic, for what's true. The like the liar or the devil card in reverse, like there is no way you can cheat on pile number three. There is no way you can lie to them. There is no way you can bargain with them. It's quite an like almost divine, I want to say divine, like reputation in this case, because you know the devil, like as an example, that would, you know, give me as remind me of someone, like it's in reverse, right? So it feels like the general rules don't apply to them because they are protected by God, for example, in this case. Um, so yeah, it's like you know that you know that example when for you just meet someone who's like a very close relative to someone who's really important and you don't mess with them, or I don't know if that's the proper example. It's just like people don't want to mess with you. Like that's the general thing that I can pick up on. And play fair, play fair. Like that's the reoccurring theme that seems to be going on. And they don't want to play fair. Like this is what's fascinating about pile number three. It's how you reveal people's intentions without even talking, without even like them only looking to you, looking at you, you observing what they talk about, how they do, and everything seems to be quite like clear. And these people understand deeply what's wrong. Like there is like the grayness in life that seems to be making it so that we don't quite know what's wrong from what's right. Like, you know, sometimes you can even meet people like in groups and they could have like collective behaviors, and because they can have fun, like sometimes the rules or the black and whites could like mix a bit. Well, no, in your presence it's not the case. It's not gonna happen. Like with pile number three, people just, I don't know, somehow find a link with their conscience and all of a sudden realize that, you know, there are things that are unacceptable. And you know, it could be actually that pile number three is righteous in a way. And this is something that's respected, but at the same time somehow hated, because people just don't want to be judged, especially like they want to feel comfortable. They just want to have fun. Like that's literally the example or the energy sample I can pick up on. And this is bothering me in a way because I can sense in here a feeling of wanting to be free of anything without like responsibility or something from the people surrounding you. And you're like, yeah, I know. You cannot be free and hurt everyone around you. So I want to say the devil in reverse, like breaking shackles, breaking manipulation, almost like the devil could be also addiction in reverse. Is like you don't accept strings attached. You are not attached to people in general, and you like to create a fair atmosphere, a fair exchange between people. And that's something that they look at and say like, yeah, why can't they just play by the rules just like everyone else, or not even respect the rules in this case, literally. Yeah, for some reason in here with the fairy wind, there is difference in like between you and the groups of people in which you are placed in, there is authority that's coming through from your side, but there is separation big time for some reason. It could be talking about the qualities I was outlining previously, but not gonna lie, there is a gap in here I wanted to address, and it says to me like not like everyone else, you know. Six of spells. That would be the six of wands, the card of victory. So it makes me feel like you possess some inner qualities that are very, very apparently powerful to them, but they don't want to admit that. So, you know, the examples, for example, the examples, for example, I keep repeating that, it's annoying. There are like prodigies who are born in families or who are just going to school, and obviously they can show such talent in the ways and in the stuff, the activities that they engage with. Sometimes even like to such an extent that they overthrow the knowledge of the professor, and that kind of thing. It really threatens their ego in a way. So there are unacknowledged potential streams in here that this pile could be literally ignorant of, but you don't see or you don't have this recognition or validation of brilliance because the people around you are not interested in you understanding who you are. So for you to properly understand what's going on, these are the people who are going to surround you and say, even if you perform flawlessly, these people are just gonna show up and say, no, it's not good enough, you know? It's not good enough, look here, it's not right, that thing is not right, this is not how we do it, okay? Where literally there is some sort of proficiency in here that's being felt, and it's just infuriating, to be honest, because the surroundings in this context should be either changed or completely renewed, or there has to be like a higher authority in here linked to pile number three who's capable of setting things right in a way, and they would be like saying like what's right from what's wrong, you know. This is like what the need for pile number three. um there are brilliant things present in pile number three that are not being recognized, that are not being like nurtured. Again, like the example of a family, a person being born in a family that doesn't recognize their child for their excellence, literally that reminds me of that example. Unfortunately, like the council of animals, and I feel like this is quite contradictory at the same time, because we do have this dimension of gratitude and recognition from strangers, where you would meet people outside and say, um help them out or give them advice or offer them something. It's like the random people you could meet and no attachment whatever, and these people could be like, who are you, what's your activity and how can I like contact you, or something like this, where it would feel like, you know, the surroundings or the people in my close proximity, they are devaluing me like crazy, whereas these strangers are capable of saying such kind things to me and genuine things to me. And yeah, it's just insane. It's the council of animals, I think that's the either justice or the world, no, the world, never mind really, because that's not how I read anyway. But I wanted to say there is much more truth in the eyes of strangers than in the people that are surrounding you. And that's the T, you know, and they see you as an adversary, okay? Two of spells, that would be the two of wands. Yeah, there is strangely in here an energy of look out for them, just look out. People wanting to predict also the future, because this is like a divination form being represented in the two of spells. It's like people want to anticipate your wins, They want to anticipate your moves, and they want to make sure that you are not higher than them. I don't know what's going on. It's like competition in here. But I want you to understand that despite the message being quite bad or negative, Ten of Visions, that would be the Ten of Cups, they do kind of appreciate you, but in the shadows or in secret. Ten of Visions. There will be a point in time where you will gather so many people who will genuinely like and admire you for what you do that you will have this small minded group of people literally cut off of your life saying like, why should I hang out with you, or why should I be close to you? This could literally be, unfortunately, even family members for pile number three. This could be coworkers, this could be people or friends or connections that maybe you saved because you pitied them, or you saved because there are like some ties to them. It could be like distant also relatives. Who knows really who these people are, by the way. Strength. Yeah, it's like a close bond or something. Is very kind of annoying, kind of strange, but it's as if you can't get rid of it. Okay. It could be that you have history with these people. Maybe this is also for someone a partner. But I wanna say, um, you will have situations where literally the people will treat you better, and you will be like, "Am I insane to just let this go and return back to that madness?" Um, Four of Boons in reverse. Yeah, this is so toxic. I can't. It's very questionable. I'm sorry. It's very questionable. Um, there are some ties in here I cannot ignore. Four of Boons. These people don't even want to let you go, and in and of itself, for the reason of you being good at something. That's like I can't. This is like the Four of Pentacles. The fear of losing you or emotional connections, attachments in here are going to surface as well. But I just feel like, how is this possible? These people devalue you when you're present, but when you're gone, they're like holding tightly. Nine of Challenges, Nine of Swords. These people are scared of losing you. That's how they feel. And still, that doesn't deprive them of the ability to manipulate, cheat, and want to seek fault with you and blame you afterwards. Okay. What's the T on you? Three of Challenges. Three of Swords. That would be. Um, They could also say that you are sensitive with the Three of Swords, and also say that you exaggerate at times emotionally, which is annoying because, yeah. Let me see. Eight of Wounds. Yeah, this pile feels like a very honorable person, I want to say. Work ethic in here could also be the case, like someone who really knows their work, their craft, their ideas, like believing in oneself and stuff like that. But constantly there is like a process of layering and cutting out the BS that's being applied to you. Unfortunately, like this is like a standard practice that this pile has to engage in. Keeper of Visions in reverse. It's as if there is so little validation, if ever, even like validation at all, but maybe the validation has to come from you in this case. So it's like the only resource for validation in this case could be from you. I don't care about that. Just want to know the reputation for or the T on pile number 3K. The Enchanter. Again, the same thing. The enchanter, that would be the magician. In the shadows, when you don't know it, when you are not aware of it, when you are sleeping, literally, these people, they know who you are. Like, I want to say the Wheel of Fortune, the realization that you are greater than them, it just scares the living something out of them, the living daylights out of them. It's basic channeling. Yeah. Ten of Boons. That would be the Ten of Pentacles. There is so much hurt ego in here coming from people. It's actually annoying. It's literally annoying. There is like a desire for wanting to give the best for you, but they are not able to because the fears, because the ego is getting in the way. You know how it feels like in celebrations, you'd find these people like somewhat neutral or even like celebratory vibes, but when everything comes back to normal, these people are again in their issues and stuff, like really toxic things in here. But the general thing that I'm picking up on is just like, don't let pile number three. Understand that they're powerful. Like, don't get pile number three to get their nose too high up. That's miserable, but that's what I see, unfortunately. With the Wheel of Fortune again, is like a feeling of they're more successful, they're more lucky than me, they're more, or they're even going to be more abundant than me. I will not be even surprised if this is also a message of, look at them being so talented and stuff, and imagine them being even like praised or something, or even like recognized from us. That person is going to lose their mind and they're going to be up in the clouds, and we're not going to even like reach out to them. Like, this is annoying, um to say the least. But there is a lot of hiding, like a lot of hiding of emotions. Pile number three, beware of that. The Nine of Swords in here and the Four of Pentacles, these people are heavily attached to you. They are like grasping onto you, grasping on your resources and stuff like that. Why am I not like so lucky just like this pile? Why am I not so successful like them? Where literally just work on yourself and you're gonna have your own abundance in here, you know? But no, there is a dual game in here that's being employed. It's we are attached to pile number three, but we don't have to show it. We are attached to them and we're attached to what they can provide, but we don't have to let them know because they are going to even like further like blossom or something like this. This is instead of like, this is like it's annoying because instead of you wanting to actually like, you'd want to see a person like ascending and be praised in that feeling, like you'd want to see them like flourish and stuff, not bring them down. But unfortunately, from that lacking mindset from the people around you in this case, it makes it so that people are just, I don't have enough, so why should they have enough or even more than me? And so it's like, let's bring them down. Like, this is a conscious, this will bite them in their something, but you have to keep in mind that do not seek a reflection outside of your brilliance and value, because this is not gonna happen, unfortunately, for now. However, Five of Visions. Oh God. I'm so sorry for the people who intentionally, with a conscious intent, try to bring you down. See, this card shows a person who not falls that, but like loses a ball in life, in the water. Spilled milk vibes, you know. This reminds me of this analogy or something. And this frog is like, yeah, just deal with it, okay? I'm sorry. I could help you, but I don't know if I'm gonna do that, okay? Now, literally, this could be like the situation with pile number three. You're gonna suffer a bit, or this doesn't have to be. You could have suffered actually, and you're gonna be seeing these people like unwillingly. You're going to be a participant at their downfall or at issues that will naturally arise as a consequence of their behavior, and you're going to be like this frog, like, yeah, I guess it's gravity. I guess it just fell there in the water and there is nothing I can do about it, okay? Yeah, it's just, yeah, and seeker of challenges. Don't seek to punish, or I'm not even saying like you could be. Maybe you don't. I don't know. Don't seek to seek, don't seek to, don't try to find a way to get back to them, because these people will naturally fall off. because of their own game, fall from their own weight. Yeah, you have the also six of challenges. People who brought issues in your life, who tried to dim you for the reason of, yeah, they're better and let's like bring them down. These people are gonna pay. I Not to say that I really enjoy that kind of message, but there is consequence for that as well. Okay, what's the tea on you? Weaver of Visions, you come coming up as even better than you were. You know, it's like very strange. I feel like you are in a period of time where you are like conserving and gathering energy, and you should be a little bit to yourself somehow and not rely on the reflection that's outside of you for now. But trust me, it will feel. I know, I empathize with these people as well, but sometimes the best medicine for these people is for them to be faced with the consequence of their actions. Well, in this case, with the Weaver of Visions, you're going to be reaching like levels of wish fulfillment and stuff like that where you didn't even realize what's possible, or you won't even understand what hit you, and you're gonna feel lucky. And these people, like Seven of Spells in reverse, and the same dragon who was initially there in the first card. Um, oh my god, so much stuff. You've got the little dragon in there who wasn't like appreciated and stuff. Well, Seven of Spells, this dragon right now is fully in their power and right now is feared by these like people who were like present there like in the moment of their birth or something like this. So the energy seems to be saying like, remember those people who doubted you. They will come into a space where they're gonna fear you. And this is not even something that you want, or this is not something that your achievements will be very threatening to them. Your happiness, literally as simple as that could be the case. um you'll find ways where happy moments or your fulfillment moments will just find you effortlessly. And for these people, it's gonna feel like the end of the world because the intention was to bring you down. Now they have fueled that like energy into your like success and stuff like that because they wanted your downfall. Like now they are paying with your wish fulfillment. What's this about? Nine of Boons. Yeah, this is financial gain, but I also saw emotional prosperity, Four of Challenges. This will feel like you didn't even wish upon a star, something like this, but it came to you. What's this about? The White Heart. This could be like synchronicity moments. I wanted something when I was little, and I can't believe it was possible, and it is possible because I'm living it. You will have something that your adversary, Seven of Swords, something that your adversaries wanted, but they thought they're gonna just take and deprive you of it, but it happened in reverse. So this is like, do mention or not actually, please do let me know what's happening, but perhaps don't. Like, I would like you to keep that to yourself because of the Five of Pentacles. I want you to understand that there is like a wish or something that you wanted purely and without like downfalls and stuff like that. You don't even have to apply that to you, but it's just like naturally some people will just fall out of their own weight or something like this. um them like creating no boundaries but obstacles in their own way, and it backfired, and it backfired not only for them, but it backfired in the positive for you. It's almost as if all the time and all the energy that was withdrawn from you and was taken from you, it's coming back to you. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but that's your energy, so I should be asking questions, not you. But yeah, it's quite the fortunate reading. Actually, I guess I don't have any other words in here. Okay, one last message about the Tiani sunlight. It wants to make me say like everything is gonna be fine, and you don't even have to worry about it. Okay, the sunlight is almost like this divine feeling of trust and faith in somehow it will work out, and in the present moment how you will resonate and find this reading, you'll find a lot of animosity or just strange instances where people can't seem to get a hold of, like why can't I just get rid of them? That would be your question. Or why can't I just be left alone, you know? It's very it's gonna come back. And literally it's a very positive card. The sun in here is like a very joyous, wonderful card to have in here. Like, and you being that person who's represented in here, very peaceful, very content, very okay. Like, I knew everything will work out. I knew that my worth and value wouldn't be stomped by some petty people in this case. Thank you so much for watching. That was all, I guess. I don't know how I'm gonna be sorting those cards for your pile, because there are so many, many more than the other piles. But yeah, the message and the time is what counts. So thanks a lot for watching, and don't forget to like, comment in the comment section. Don't forget to comment that you're pile number 3 if you want. If not, that's completely fine. You have the donations link in the comments and the description if you want to donate. If not, also that's completely fine. I just say that there is such an option. And I really hope to see you in the future readings. Also, don't forget to check out my old videos as well on the channel. I have got some interesting topics there. Maybe you'll resonate with some of them also. You'll unlock some insights and stuff that is or could be very unexpected. So yeah, I think that's all. Um, Wishing you the best, and have faith, because great things are waiting for you. And it's even like peace in here. I can that whole tornado of BS and something hitting the fan. It's very temporary in nature. It's like a challenge of sorts, a test of strength. And we all know you're powerful. Like, that's like a more arbitrarily a test of strength of your patience in here. Okay, so yeah, thanks for watching. Take care.